Well, that was quick and easy.
I did not realize you've gone live. How do I mute?
Uh.
Actually, hold up. Turn those off. You don't. Oh God.
What?
The application kinda crapped itself, and I got a bit stuck.
Uh-oh.
I guess that's one way to put it. I wanna just mute that, so I don't need to listen to myself. I like how the stream can still hear us talk.
Yep, they can. As I'm just slowly...
Yeah, this is definitely a good... Yeah, we're not really ready.
Oh, that's how my streams
I
always
was
are.
gonna grab alcohol today.
My streams always start like that. They can still hear us on the stream starting screen.
Well, when was the last time I've been on Twitch?
A while ago.
I mean, there was like a small period where I had like my iPad charged and I was like, oh, they're on. I'm gonna jump in for like 10 minutes before I sleep.
That's fair.
And that's about all I've done.
That is fair.
I just want to see something.
But, yes. How long will this take? Who knows? Oh, goodness.
I am deep in Twitch menus and I don't know where I am.
Oh, that link didn't work. Oh, well. Embed fail.
Wait, are you in bed?
No, embed fail. Like, I tried to post a link and it didn't work. That's what I meant to say.
Well, I think you should be in bed.
Why? It's 1 in the afternoon.
It's more like almost 10 here, so it's a bit different.
Yeah, that's because you live on the other side of the country. No, the world. The globe.
The country, the world, the universe.
Not the universe, the other side of the world. We sometimes get Canada and
Sometimes
Norway
I
mixed
get
up because
big.
they're both cold and friendly. Some people.
Yeah, some people.
Canadian Thanksgiving. I'm spending my holidays talking to a stranger on the internet.
Wait. This?
Yeah, it's a Canadian holiday right now.
Grab, I did not know.
Well, it's because you don't live in Canada.
It's
Duh.
autumn break, but that's the only thing going on here.
No, it's Thanksgiving here. I don't even know if... Now you got me curious, because I know you never know these answers. Does Norway have a Thanksgiving?
I don't think so.
The celebration of Thanksgiving in Norway differs. In name, it's nearly the same. Fest translates directly to Harvest Thanksgiving Feast.
Can you send me the name so I can try and read it?
I will...
Or if I even heard of it.
Yeah, it just translates to Harvest Fest, or Harvest... Thanksgiving Harvest Feast?
Yeah, like autumn, or I guess like fall thanks.
There's only 7 countries that actually celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I've not heard of it, so it seems... Or like, I don't know. I never got used to it, so I didn't really think of it.
The most celebrated holiday in
I know
Norway
like
is
America
Norwegian
did, but I didn't really know of
Constitution
any
Day.
other.
The 17th of May is Norwegian Constitution Day.
The National Day.
I mean,
What happens when you're on that National Day?
we just celebrate. We don't go all out like the U.S. does with 4th of July, but we just celebrate.
And what do you celebrate, or how do you celebrate, I guess is the correct answer. Or not answer a question. Excuse me, I am
Just
not in shape.
I don't
I
know.
haven't even started drinking yet.
Sometimes we just gather around as family and eat food. Really, like it's just sometimes the town I live in will throw off fireworks, but
We don't have fireworks, but there's
you guys don't have
parades.
anything in Norway. That's why you have a lot of stuff, but you have a
Yeah, but
lot of.
there's like parades, but I don't really care anymore.
Maybe,
And
maybe
you
I
know,
haven't looked
eat
too deep
food.
into your politics, but you guys have a lot of like smart politicians.
I think currently there's a lot of hatred towards them as well. But I mean, we kind of have a bit of a different standard, I guess.
Well, just the one thing that like comes to my mind is oh, what is it? Oh, the whole car situation where everyone's saying that electric car is a green car and will help save the environment, and you guys are like, no car is a green car.
They still very much pushed for electric cars, but
Well, they,
but I actually done a good job at it.
they pushed for it, yeah, but like at the same time, like the Norwegian government's like all cars hurt the environment one way or another, so no car is a green car.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I
apparently
did
you can get in
notice that they
trouble
do
for
push
like
more and more towards like public transport, and also I noticed there's way more electric buses now.
wow, I mean there is that, yes, but
But
like
I also know that like I think like 70% of new cars being sold are electric now.
yeah. But also it's like another thing is just like Tesla for example can't make an advert in Norway saying our car is a green car because it will help the environment. They're not allowed to do that because your government was like, no, all cars are bad in one way. But
I mean, I do feel like I see like some environment related messages when it comes to things, but I never really paid attention to like the car commercials. I just know like I think on a small stretch of the highway on my way to work, I just counted like nine cars past me. Six of them were electric.
you must live in like a city then.
I mean, yeah, I do live in a city, but electric cars are literally everywhere.
See, meanwhile
Like
we're like,
and like if you're on like the highway, you're gonna see about at least six at a time, and it's not unusual to find three identical Teslas relief one after another.
that's because Teslas only come in three colors: black, white, and blue.
And red.
I've never really seen a red
But
one.
also leaves are also pretty common, so you also see those.
Oh yeah, the new Nissan Leafs.
And
I
not the new ones, not only the old ones, really.
I don't know if you like Norway has a place like this, but where I live, we have everyone's got big jacked up gas guzzling trucks, and I drive a tiny little Korean hatchback. But
I see like I saw like once a big like proper truck, and you just see it barely fits in the parking spaces, and those were big parking spaces. Yeah, they just really do
what?
not fit in here, huh? Yeah, a small Korean hatchback would work excellent here.
Yeah. Look up if you have Google open or whatever you use to look shit up. Oh, now I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, uh, Hyundai Elantra GT Sport. That is my car. That's the car I drive. 2018.
I mean, that seems like a fine car. I mean, I don't own a car myself, but I have, work vehicle and also the ones at home.
Well, you're also one of my friends who I consider car people. Like, I can actually discuss vehicles with you. I'll post it in the Discord, actually. It's processing.
I mean, I would love to have a car, but just at the moment, we have too many.
Just, like, as a family or just as a country?
As a family. Like, so my dad mostly brought, and we have two electrics and, okay, let me see. So we have an EV6, which my dad mostly drives. Then we have a RAV4, which is kind of like I
family
drive
car.
sometimes
Nice.
my mother. We have a Corolla,
Nice.
which is a spare, and my sister has a Hyundai Ioniq Electric. So yeah, about 4 cars, and then I also have my work car, which is a Golf sports van, which is not sporty nor a van.
Nice.
That's gonna be replaced soon.
You know, my car.
I'm gonna miss it though because it's a quite nice car to be fair. But I mean, it has its quirks. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting a van because I absolutely need it.
This is
Because I keep having to borrow my colleague's car just to do my job. So I kind of just ended up. You know what? I need a new car. So I think there's gonna be. I know it's gonna be a Peugeot, but I'm not sure what kind. It's either gonna be an e-partner or what the big one, the e-rifter, electric at least. So I think that was gonna be interesting, but
I'll admit, like I can see the positives to an electric car. I just don't prefer to have one. If I can have a gas-powered car, I will have one of those.
I mean, also with like gas prices, it's just way cheaper to run.
Yeah, especially because I have to buy premium gas, so I spend close to like $2 a liter for gas.
Only 2?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cheap.
Hang on. 2 CAD in. Was it Krone or whatever the fuck your coin's called?
NOK.
NOK. That's 15 NOKs.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's cheap.
That's the most expensive gas here.
That's like when I started before the gas crisis. That was then you got a fucking bargain when it was that cheap.
Yeah, no, but then again,
at its worst, it was 27 kroner per liter.
Where I live in Canada, we're like one of the biggest gas producing provinces in Canada, and even our own government.
I'm also in the biggest gas producing province in my country, but Jesus Christ, it's still very expensive.
And then here, like our government was like, we don't want your gas, it's gross and filthy. So we're like, all right, we'll use it. So we have the cheapest gas in Canada. Like other places are like $5-6, whereas we're like $2.
Yeah, that's ridiculously cheap because I had to fill up with it's like 27 NOK per liter.
Yeah.
And now it's come down to around 22.
Cobra in chat brings up a good point. Electric problems if your electric car goes down are pricey. Like it
really depends on, but yeah, the thing with an electric car is I can guarantee you the battery will die, and that's gonna be expensive. And there's no way around it. It's gonna die. That's just how batteries works.
Here's the problem I have right now. My sister drove my car and rear-ended someone, and she broke my smart cruise sensor. That's a $2,000 fix. It's like because it's all computer and electric.
A lot of that in general with car, but yeah, I do quite understand like how that ended up. But yeah, with an electric car, the battery is a ticking time bomb. It's just
it's because your car is 90% batteries.
Huh?
How many batteries are in an electric car? Let's look this up.
A couple thousand.
So what's your electric car? So what does your electric car take? 4,000 AAA batteries.
I don't think there is the most pack efficient. Maybe go to like C or D cells. Maybe that's a bit more efficient. I think it's like 18650s they mostly use. It depends a bit from car.
I just like the idea of someone jacking up their car or a lift jack and you just see them inserting AA's or AAA's into the bottom of their car because they're like, I had to replace the battery in my electric car.
For that.
I had to replace the battery in my electric car. There's a guy just putting there, just bought out Costco's supply of batteries and just reloading their car.
You're gonna need to buy the entire country's supply probably. Oh, have you seen like the Think Cities batteries?
No.
Oh, they are fantastic. If you don't keep it plugged in when you're not using it, the battery freezes up and you can't start it.
Nice.
The batteries have to be melted, which the battery melts at 300 C's. So it needs to be constantly heated to be able to not die.
Beautiful. No, see, this is a thing my one buddy has done with some of his other friends. They've gone around the town we live in and just started unplugging people's electric cars. Like, they'll see it plugged in at, like, the grocery store, walk up, unplug it, and walk away.
Alright, I don't remember, what is it, like, I don't remember the name of that plug, but in here, when you lock the car, it also locks the charger, so you can't unplug him.
I think that's on Teslas. But that's, like, on the modern ones because of the problem. Like, a lot of the older electric cars didn't have that plug. Or that lock.
Yeah, but Teslas here have the same plug as every other car.
Oh, so now you guys have the same plug as everyone else.
I think that's been like that for a while.
I have a Norwegian
they don't have the same
outlet on
plug,
my
and
desk,
also when
and
you
it
lock the
is
car,
weird.
it locks both of the charger and of the car, so you have to unlock it before you can unplug.
You know, you guys have like.
And you also have to
weird
first
plugins.
unplug from the car before you can unplug for the charger as well.
You know, you guys' plugs over there are weird. I have one on my desk because I bought something. It came with all different kinds of plugins, and I have a Norwegian one, and it is nothing like Canada.
Yeah, it's just an EU. I mean, I don't really think too much about it, but like, I think like Italy has like a even weirder one. There's some that has like some odd version of it. It's like it's very similar, but like the ground pin is in a different location. It's messy.
It just sucks when you go like across the world because you're like, I need different one. Crap.
Yeah, I mean, when I was working overtime, I was putting up some chargers. Like each charger came with like 4 cables. So, I mean, sure, I have to get rid of like 3 of them, but now I have just a box of like, here's some UK ones, there's some US ones, here's some Australian ones, and I know before they just included the one EU one.
This is the biggest.
I don't know, they just cheaped out ever since they moved to Poland.
Holy shit.
Huh?
Oh, I'm just.
I see the fire.
Yeah. You had your own picture, so like, alright, I gotta add my avatar too, so it doesn't look different. So I just added my dude.
I don't remember seeing that profile picture.
No, it was just made for me the other day. A friend, like, one of their favorite memes is the poorly drawn Elmo by the fire. In front of the fire. And so they wanted to draw me as that, so they did.
I mean, I think it looks great.
That just shows how this podcast is going to be. It's just going to be a massive fire that we just walk away from happy it's successful.
Yeah, I was like, you know, I'm gonna get alcohol. I still not gotten up to get rabbit. You just started the stream.
Oh, we've been live for the last 18 minutes. Which, ironically, talking about cars, nobody here knows this. It's a gaming podcast, but we're talking about motorized vehicles.
Yeah, we have planned a lot different things, and we're just like, nah, let's just talk. While we get things ready or wait or whatever. And yeah, here we are.
Well, to be fair, it did start gaming technically because on my desk is a new
I started
wheel.
Steering wheel. I blame this on you.
Yeah, blame it on me. I don't really care. It's my own podcast. You're just the permanent co-host now.
Did I ever agree to being permanent?
You did say I would like to be a co-host on your podcast permanently. I can go back into the DMs and confirm this.
Oh, jeez, please prove me. I don't remember agreeing to being permanent. I mean, I'm not saying I'm mine, but I didn't expect to be permanent. What contract have I signed?
Really enjoy.
I mean, it must be a few days ago, or maybe weeks.
It was on the 19th of September.
19th.
You said I've been enjoying the podcast series, and I would like to join.
Yeah, there's no permanent in that sentence.
I said, okay, when I get more people, I like to live stream it definitely, but I don't mind just recording it. No, you did not say permanent. That is true.
Gotcha. I'm safe.
This is a one and done. It's the last time you'll ever see 12 on this podcast again.
We have a lot of notes to go through, and that's it, case.
No. Here's me thinking like every 2 weeks we can record one because that's when I don't work on weekends, and you're just like, nah, I only want one episode.
I mean, I was gonna ask how often we could do that, but I mean, we can discuss this afterwards.
Well, The best
I
way
have
to do it
no
would be
idea
every
when I'm
2
free.
weeks because I work 12 days in a row. So hey, I listen
Okay,
to a podcast.
that's
There's one
probably
episode a
fine.
month. So
Well, okay, excuse me. I was breathing too hard.
you were breathing too hard, so you didn't hear
I
me. That's
couldn't hear
fair.
you. Sorry. I don't know what my excuse was gonna be, but that was the one I went with. It's accepted.
You guys think women can multitask? They can't breathe and listen at the same time? I said there's a podcast
I
I
think we have a
watch.
great start today.
Oh. Look, see, you gotta start chaotic because then people sit there and go, alright, this is a bushfire. Let's see where this goes. It's like a car accident. You don't want to look, but you can't help but look.
Have you ever been in an accident?
Yes, I've been in 2. None of them have been like fatal or anything, just little fender benders, but I have been in 2.
I accidentally backed up and scraped the license plate.
Scraped the license plate. Hey, that's a good way to not get any
I think
tickets.
I hit a little bit on the bumper, but mostly it was just the license plate. I scraped off the paint.
We got a car heading down the highway. What's the license plate, officer? I could not tell you. They scratched it off.
License plate scratch cards.
License plate scratch cards. What if they just did that? Just like license plate scratch cards. So it's like every time you get pulled over, you just get a scratch on your license plate. It's like every 10th pullover is a ticket.
I mean, there's a bit of an issue if you swap vehicles because then you get a fresh plate.
That is
Well,
true.
in case the previous owner didn't get any.
That is true.
Maybe like the kids got a bit bored, you know, the kids on the street. I feel a bit bored. Let me just scratch off a couple points of this guy's car.
I guess you'd have to do it on the license and not the actual plate.
I mean, do they just like put like a dot on your license now?
No, not out here.
I think it's something like that, but I haven't gotten one yet, so I'm fine.
I've only ever gotten one ticket, so.
I have at least not gotten that.
I have been driving for 6
I've
years.
been over
and
the
haven't won
speed
ticket.
limit several times.
Oh, so have I. But as Aladdin taught me, you're only in trouble if you get caught. And I was caught once.
I think like once I was going over the speed limit, and then suddenly there's a policeman in front of me, and I panic. But he was just checking if I were wearing a seatbelt.
I mean, that's fair. But out here, they make you do a breathalyzer test if they pull you over by law.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because they could be like,
think-
the reason why you were speeding is because you're drunk.
I think I have worked a tiny bit with those, mainly just sending me into the. Oh, actually, one brand of breathalyzers. It turns out they have their office right across the street.
Nice.
It's like, oh, we need to repair get this fixed. We just go to the other side of the street and like, here.
Just give me a second, runs across the street, comes back. I got another one. Let's try it again.
Yeah, but I think a coworker told me that they got one calibrated, and the customer was just, I don't know, in the break just testing it. I realized I haven't been drinking, but it's saying I'm drunk.
Oof.
And they have been drinking coffee,
Ah.
which turns out can trigger it.
Yeah, fair.
Essentially, if you have eaten or drinking anything within the like 15 minutes, you're gonna still, it's gonna tell you have some
trigger.
amount.
Yeah.
So every time I'm thinking like, what if? It's like, I have just drinking. I'm fine. I have an excuse. Alright, I've been drinking soda, not alcohol. Which reminds me, I'm gonna go grab that 2-year-old bottle and see if it's still drinkable.
Okay. While she's doing that, I'm going to change this. I've thought of a name for the podcast now. How goes you both? It goes great. Yes. So, for those guys who are sitting here and wondering, over on my YouTube channel, I've been recording a few episodes called the Golden Cast, and I'm posting it as a single-person podcast. And 12 here has decided they would like to join. But no, it's Onish, by the way. Yeah, I know it's Onish, Omega. It's all good. I knew it was Onish. But yes, so now we are doing a podcast together, and I'm calling it the ICGCast, which stands for the Ice Cold Gamers Cast, because I live in Canada, she lives in Norway, which is known for being like two of the coldest places in the world when it comes to wintertime. So ICG stands for Ice Cold Gamers. Because, you know, it can get cold over here. But yes, we are... Wait for them to come back. Wait for her to come back. But we are, in fact, a gaming podcast, even though we spent the last 30 minutes talking about cars. Very cold. That would work, too. I like ice cold gamers. I don't know. To me, just... No wonder I have a hoodie on. That's fair. But, yes, when she gets back, we will get into the meat and potatoes of this cast. Oh, she's back!
Yeah, I got something, so I'm just hoping this is not gonna go well. I'm not a big drinker. This is my first time drinking this year.
I'm not either, and I have like lots of alcohol, but looking forward to seeing how this
I
goes.
got like a 6-pack of like different kinds, like 2 years ago. I still want. This is the second bottle.
It's only 1 in the morning for you. Goodness, Onish. 1 in the morning. You're over here watching a podcast. Anyways, to segue
That's what you should be doing.
Yeah, that's what you should be doing at 1 o'clock in the morning. Not sleeping. Pfft. You should be watching.
You don't sit up and play solitaire at 4 a.m.
You should be watching.
4 is a.m. at the night, or is that in the day?
A.m. is morning. So for
okay, good. 4 a.m. in the morning.
It would be 1:30. It would still be 1:30 a.m. for you over there too. I was gonna say it'd be like whatever it is in 24-hour clock. That's 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, just sit and play solitaire. It's good.
Or you could be watching the ICG cast with 12 and Steven.
No, let's play solitaire.
Fuck this podcast. Go play solitaire.
Don't ask me why I played solitaire 4 in the morning.
Well, it's a segue our thing from cars and into what we've been playing.
Hey, solitaire is a game, so
solitaire. I was gonna segue in from cars to me playing Forza, but hey, we could talk about you playing solitaire.
I don't think I want to add too much to that story. Sometimes it's best not to question what you're doing late at night.
You're playing solitaire. You're just so lonely.
Yeah, of course. Solitaire. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
To be fair, like 4 in the morning, I'm getting ready for work, so.
At least not getting up that early.
Oh, I have to be at work at 5.
I start like
Solitude.
8:30 or 7:30. Excuse me, at English times.
English times. What's 7:30?
Well, yeah, we would say like
times?
8:30, but no, it's 7:30. Confusing.
Yeah.
7:30. There we go.
What is English? English is a language that everyone is being forced to learn. It's now just become the worldwide national language. I can't speak English. Only type it. No, is it any other?
I can't type it either. I'm completely screwed.
We didn't even write anything in the doc about what we've been playing, so I can't even ask you about what you've been playing. I can ask you what you've been playing.
Oh, don't worry. I have a list.
Okay.
I just didn't include it in the doc. I didn't see you add any, so it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep that secret.
Yeah,
so
I gotta
like
keep
surprise.
working on this list.
So do you have a game you have played?
I have 3.
I have.
Well, actually, technically
5.
4 that have been that I can talk.
I have
about.
like 5. I guess I will mention. Like some of them, I played for an hour, so I don't know. I'm just gonna mention it because I've been busy with other things.
What you said you added some things to the doc. I'm like, where the frick are they? Very, very bottom. 12's topic ideas.
Yeah, I just if I don't want to have it split, so I'm just gonna take my own page.
That's fair. Except,
but hey, I even made the highlighted the title of them.
I see that. You know, you should be playing Overwatch 2.
I'm very proud. I've never been so productive in the Google Documents before.
No. Overwatch 2 isn't downloaded for me, but I've been hearing so much BS about it that I just know.
I bought the first Overwatch just to play with a few friends.
Yes,
I guess I got a decent amount out of it, but I just never had interest again because still I'm just not into FPS games.
Well, since you bought the first one, you can get all of the old champions for the first one.
Yeah, but do you
For
think
free.
I have my Blizzard account still?
Probably not.
Yeah,
See,
exactly. I have no idea what
my
password is.
Overwatch was connected to my PS4, so I had to get Overwatch 2 on PS4 in order for that to happen. But, anyways,
Yeah.
random games I played. Farming Simulator 22, because I have nothing better to do in my life. You just farm.
Can I just ask, how many hours do you have in that game now?
I think I hit 100 the other day.
I can only think of maybe 3 games I have more than 100 hours in.
See, I don't know. Farming Simulator is just a brainless game for me. I'll come home, watch YouTube videos while playing it. Forza
I
Horizon
mean,
5.
fair. I have Solitaire.
That is fair. Heard about the misogyny and sexist bullshit activating Blizzard. That's fair. Ooh, the other stuff. Speaking about Blizzard and Overwatch, they took away their phone security thing because only if your phone was on a contract would it allow you to access it. Because if you had like a paid plan or things like that, it wouldn't let you access any of the security measures or let you into Overwatch 2. And the reason for that is because if you had a pay plan for your phone or you had only like a landline, they could not get your data off of you to sell to other people. So they only wanted people whose phones had contracts on them.
Welcome to the modern web.
Yeah. But anyways, moving on from that to a more positive thing. Forza Horizon 5. I've been playing more of it. I want to get ready. I
still don't own it.
You have an Xbox One, right?
Yeah.
Something might show up in your gifted inventory after this podcast.
My Xbox One is not connected to the internet.
Well, you're going to have to connect to the internet so I can send you a gift.
Do you have to pay for it?
Oh, probably. I'll have to buy it, yeah.
But let's not do that.
Then just get Game Pass. Because it's on Game Pass.
I mean, I would want the PC version.
No, it's totally
Just because, PC more powerful.
Well, then get Game Pass, because you can get on... It's on PC Game Pass as well. Or I could just give it to you on
Or I
Steam.
can buy it on Steam.
Yeah.
Which is likely what I'm going to do. I already bought 2 copies now with one on Xbox and one on Steam.
Yeah, no, I only have it on Xbox. Because that's all I really use my Xbox for now, is Forza.
I mean, that reminds me, I turned on my Xbox 360 once, and that's all my 360 has done.
To be fair, my Wii U has not been turned on in like at least a year and a half now. But
I turned it on a while ago just to mod it, but after that, I didn't touch it.
yeah, it's fair.
I mean, I did hack my PS Vita, so I guess that's something, but in terms of what I played, or the most recent, I guess yesterday, I played Fallout 76, which is concerned, I don't know, I put a couple hundred hours, maybe 200 hours now in that game.
I'm about to disappoint the chat here. Someone asked, what are your thoughts on the Mario movie trailer? I have never seen it.
Oh, I got forced to watch it yesterday.
I've seen a tiny little clip where Chris Pratt's voice was revealed as Mario, and I think it fits. I know it's not the original voice actor for Mario, but I think it fits. But yes, I have not seen... Yeah, I've not seen the Mario trailer.
I do kind of get both argument for and against it, and I personally like, it's a bit just a guy talking. And I'm not kidding. The only thing I said after that is Chris Pratt the guy who did the I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'm really, really good at it meme? That's the only thing I said after that.
So. I think that's him. I know a lot of people.
I just realized, he looks very familiar. In terms of the trailer, I mean, I know many people really like Bowser's voice.
Yeah, because that's Jack Black.
It personally didn't really click with me.
Oh, it's Jack Black, and Jack Black is like loved over here, on this end of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely did a much better job than Miss Crypt Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, that guy. So, but yeah, I still wish it could be a I guess in a bit more deeper base here, but I don't know. It's
Eh,
not. I mean, it's not like I see this and think this is gonna be absolute terrible. But so I probably will watch it at some point. But I look knowing my record, I'm not gonna watch it when it comes out. Probably gonna
I
be like 2 years before I watch it.
I mean, I might go see it. I haven't seen any of the Sonic movies, but
Me neither. I
eh,
just don't watch many movies. I watch like anime, which is why I have set up like Jellyfin and stuff to keep in it all. But
yeah, yeah. No, I
not don't watch too much anymore.
the
Took a bit of a
last
break.
movie I actually watched was Fast 9, and I saw that in theaters.
Do Tom and Jerry count? I watched Fast and the
Think so?
Furious. That's the last movie I watched. No, actually, no, it wasn't. It was Garden of Sinners, the third one, whatever that was called.
What the crap is
And that's
Garden?
actually a really good movie.
All
I
right.
have almost finished my bottle.
You got it
Is
like
that
not that long
concerning?
ago.
I know, but I'm a heavy drinker.
To all live up to their retrospective. Yeah, I haven't seen any of those, but I have heard that they're all solid gaming movies. Detective Pikachu, Sonic, and Sonic 2. So
Oh, I have watched Detective Pikachu, and yeah, it's good.
now, was Detective Pikachu good because it was a solid movie, or was it only good because Ryan Reynolds was in it?
Was that?
Oh wow, you don't know who Ryan Reynolds is? Deadpool.
Okay, still doesn't really say me too much. I not paid attention to that. It's a decent
After this
movie.
podcast, I'm gonna go dig 12 out of the rock she lives in and introduce her to 2022.
Oh god, what year am I stuck under?
I have no idea. A year where you don't know who the heck Ryan Reynolds is, you don't know Deadpool, you don't have Forza
I mean, I
Horizon
do know
5.
Deadpool, but I don't know the actor.
Oh, fair.
Actually, I think I watched like what? Did I watch Deadpool too? I think I might. I
Fair.
think I might have done that,
Fair.
but it's a very blurry image.
Anyways,
Anyways, I'd never. Yeah, I told you I played like 76, which I played quite a lot of. I do quite enjoy that game.
maybe I should stream that with you one day because I got it because it was free. If you have Twitch Prime, it's free right now on the actual Microsoft Store, like built into your PCs. But so I actually own it now.
Yeah, I know this weekend there's like a free weekend, so you can have it for the week and just try it.
Yeah, but then if you have Twitch Prime, it's just generally free. You can get it.
Yeah, I bought like a physical copy in quotation. It's just a cardboard disc um with a code on it. I did that quite a quite many years ago, and it was 1 year after release. Like then, it was still quite buggy. Like you could play like for 30 minutes and the game would crash.
Nice.
But I still love the game,
Think that game has had troubles.
and I also really just like how they just give you the DLC stuff for free and updates.
Well, because I kind of have to at this point, because it didn't receive all that well. Unlike Elder Scrolls Online, which received great, but
I completely forgot that was a thing.
oh, I have to go back to it and play like a lot of the DLCs. Like I own everything, but I think I only have like 4 hours on that game.
Yeah, like 76 is one of my most played games at like 200 hours.
Holy crap!
But yeah, I have a decent, I enjoy that. It's a fun game, but I don't like playing it alone. I'm definitely like, I need somebody to play with.
Yeah, that's the same with Elder Scrolls Online for me. Like I need friends. It's same thing like Borderlands too. Like they're those games I can't play alone.
I feel like generally, I guess many online games, like, I want to play with people. What I like about 76 is it's not an MMO, so there's not that many people. Because I don't like people. I don't want them. I just want one or two like I know and can
It's like
play
I
with.
don't like people.
I don't like you. You're a
That's what you said
person.
the Deadly Sins game. You said you would stream or make a video on a while back. I don't have any plans yet, but I'll make some. But No, a game.
I didn't even know they had a game for that.
Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. It's like
I mean,
Seven
I have
Deadly
watched it like the anime,
Sins,
and
Nights of something or other.
yeah, I mean, I watched like the anime, like I kind of dropped off, but like season 1 was decent up until the end, and at that point, I watched some season 2, but I don't remember anything.
See, I picked up a game today I'm really excited to try from Square Enix called Valkyrie Asylum, which just like stealth dropped like a few days ago. Like there was
Huh.
no real like promotion or anything for this game at all, and then just randomly it dropped.
You know, like Square Enix, I kind of want to try that triangle strategy, one that has like Octopath Traveler
Oh yeah,
graphics. At
that is
least one of them. There's many of them now.
that is actually a good game. I played the demo for it, but I own the actual game. I just haven't got around to it because I want to beat Octopath first. I have to beat Octopath Traveler 1 before the second one comes out.
I also do need to get around to it, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the second game in that because I really, really enjoyed Octopath Traveler.
Speaking of video games we have to get around to beating, I finally beat Rage 2, even though it came out like years ago.
Isn't Rage 2... Is it the one I'm thinking of, like, for N64 and stuff?
No, this is a Bethesda game that came out on the PS4 and Xbox One and PC.
Okay, then it's not as bad.
It's by Bethesda and ID Software, but it was a game I pre-ordered, and a lot of people said it was okay, but I actually loved it. It's a decent game, super fun and hectic.
I also started finally Monster Hunter World,
Ah,
which I have bought it on Xbox One with the Iceborne DLC. And then I rebought it on PC with the Iceborne DLC without even having played the Xbox One version, and I just first time played it yesterday.
I have Monster Hunter World only because another friend said what they said, like, I don't want to play this alone, so they bought it for me.
I mean, actually, I do think it's kind of fun, and it's kind of similar to God Eater, which I also really, really loved.
Yeah, I've
But
never
I
played God
do
Eater.
quite wish it was more open world. I
Fair.
really do wish it was like you went on a mission, like you had a hub, then go on a mission. I much prefer if it was just more, I guess, kind of like Zelda, Breath of the Wild, where just, yes, towns around place, and you can just freely go in and out and climb, go wherever.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish it was more like that, but I mean, I'm also just new to it.
12 be like, here comes the money, dollar, buying copies on Xbox and PC.
Yeah, I have a bit of where I try to get everything physical, but sometimes I end up with buying digital first, then physical.
Yeah, no,
I'm like, this one game can utilize the girth of a PC. So I'm
I
also buying it on PC.
I prefer physical to the point that I actually canceled my Nintendo Switch online subscription just so I can get like the N64 games and stuff like that as physical games. And I have the PS Plus like premium thing that comes with the PlayStation's version of Game Pass. I might downgrade that to just extra or to essential because I don't play a lot of digital games.
I finished the alcohol.
Oh.
No, I never paid for any like online. The only like online game thing I've paid for is Lego Universe.
Fair.
I never like bought it with like Xbox Live and stuff. I just never had the need.
Speaking of which, I had problems with Lego Universe yesterday.
I mean, I have not touched. Oh wait, yesterday?
Yeah,
Could it have been I fucked with the server again?
that could be.
Because I had a real field day messing with that thing.
Because I was playing, I played it for like an hour yesterday, and then I walked away for a bit to go eat, came back and was kicked for inactivity, and tried to log in, and it's like, nah, you can't log in, please contact server admin. I'm like, but I want to play the game.
Me. I get like I've been messing a bit because I have another service that I've been trying to set up.
Yeah.
I finally made an account on that service, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm horribly out of date. Let's update." I updated it. Didn't work. I deleted everything, reinstalled. Didn't work, and I just messed with it and just suddenly, oh, I'm finally up to date. And then I realized, it's not redirecting me. I'm just getting 404 errors. And I just I could type in like the full like address like with HTTPS, then it worked. But it didn't when I would just redirect me. So I'm just so confused and I'm just left it alone. Just went on with my day, came back, now it works. And then
So
I'm like, okay, let's just do system updates. And then that doesn't work. So I then learned my operating system was end of life and was not receiving updates anymore. And I had a whole mess trying to get that to update finally. Yeah, it's been going under quite the surgical thingy.
ah, in chat, I didn't cancel my Nintendo Switch Online subscription. I canceled the expansion pass subscription. I'll probably get the expansion pass again when GoldenEye comes out, but I still have Nintendo Switch Online. Also, online subscription for consoles I don't think is a scam. Like if you have a PS4 or you have an Xbox One and you say don't have the money to buy a lot of games, Game Pass and like the PlayStation catalog is actually kind of worth it if you don't physically collect and you're actually smart with your money, unlike me and 12.
Hey. I mean, I also do kind of like get that it costs to maintain the server and stuff.
Yeah.
And they do give you a decent value. And also just with digital games in general, I'm like, I do kind of like it because it's very, very convenient. But I like to buy physical games, hack my consoles, and rip the games and play the digital version.
See, I don't do that, but I have a problem with digital games because there was, I think it was like a month ago, for like 3 days our Wi-Fi was down because we had a power outage in our area, and I couldn't play any of my digital games because they couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi to prove that I owned them.
Yeah, it is stuff like that. And also just in general with you are any point you're relying on somebody else
Yeah.
to maintain a service and stuff, that's the point. And I'm kind of like, okay, if I buy this, I'm only gonna be able to have it for so long because eventually some server's gonna shut down.
Yeah.
And I think I made a note about maybe I didn't, but yeah, I did. If like with online games and stuff, like at some point servers have to shut down.
Yeah.
Who can is the game just gonna get lost, or are they actually gonna be decent people and allow you to host your own service or emulate the server in any way?
Oh,
Just kind of like a bit, what do you do? And also thinking, what if they make remakes of games that had online? They're gonna reboot the servers or something?
what are they
Or
gonna make
just,
new servers?
yeah. So I'm just really like, I really do wish more games would let you host your own server.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
also do see why they don't let you. But if they're gonna shut it down, I really do hope more service you can, host yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've had at least 2 games shut down on me that I've absolutely enjoyed playing that I can't anymore because they shut down. But also like
I mean, for me, it was like a universe, but now you can finally do it. So
yeah, you can do that. For me, it was Defiance, and then a game called Dust 514, which was a first-person shooter spin-off to Eve Online.
yeah, not heard of any of those.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not finished with the games I'm playing. I still have 2 left.
I just I slowly finished, but you
I
continue
mean,
on.
I was just gonna say I picked up finally Hatsune Miku Mega Mix on PC. So I really enjoyed those because I had like the F games, which I also really enjoyed. It's been difficult to get back into, but it's a fun game if you like rhythm stuff.
Yeah.
And I finally when Rune Factory 3 special got announced with the Nintendo Direct?
When what? Sorry, got announced.
Rune Factory 3 special.
Oh right, there's new. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. And then I also know Rune Factory 5 came out recently. And then I remember, oh, I've seen Rune Factory 4 special for like Switch and being sold. So I was like, I would like to pick that up. I think it would be a fun game to play, and I regret not doing it earlier. Then I go to my shelf, and turns out I already bought it. So I started playing that for once, and yeah, it's a fun game. I do quite like it.
Fair.
Need to play more, but I started.
this is gonna sound like a weird question, but do you rebuy games if they remastered, or do you just go, I own the original, so I'm not going to?
I generally aim to own the original game and not bother with remasters, but it depends a bit. Like Ocarina of Time, I have an N64, but I rebought it for. I also bought the 3DS version because it's quite a big upgrade. But I don't know. I guess it just depends on the game. But I also noted this about with games that exist for multiple systems. What kind? How do you decide on what console to get that on?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, to me, it just kind of like some games just feel more natural on certain systems. And I guess
Yeah.
like something like Monster Hunter, I'm like, I like this on PC because PC powerful. But then there are many other games. I'm like, okay, these games I feel fit better on like PS4. These fits better on Xbox One. So it just kind of like depends. But Switch has really like you ruined that because now it's like, if I get it for the Switch, I can take it with me.
Yeah.
So that makes the decision way harder. But also, often the Switch version is the one I can find. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just kind of buy what I also just find.
For me,
And very often it's like I don't research that many games. I'm like, I have a list of games I want, but I'm also like, I think the most fun for me is just finding random games you never heard of.
that's why I have a subscription to Video Game Monthly. I get 10 random games.
Digitally.
Nope, all physical.
Huh, okay,
Video Game
that seems
Monthly
kind
is
of
a
interesting.
subscription thing where they mail me a box of 10 random games. I have the biggest one. So yeah, I get 10 random games every month, and they're like, I got Shrek the Third for the Game Boy Advance, Rugrats the movie, Game Boy Color. I got Tetris for the NES. I got a Japanese import of Yu-Gi-Oh for the Game Boy Color.
Like, I'm not saying it's like the most like technically useful thing, but it is still quite fun. And also, do you find like import games like, sure, I can play them, but it's still like kind of cool to own.
Yeah, that's the problem with like the imports. Like I'm like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to own this as kind of like a game collector, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to play these because I can't speak any other languages besides French and English. Tiny bit
Yeah,
of
but
Norwegian, but I've forgotten how to speak that because of.
you're not gonna find any games in Norwegian. Don't worry about it. No, but there's like for me, it's like often if import game has a really nice artwork, I'll pick it up just as a display item. Kind of becomes that, but I also try and make sure like every console I own, I want to be able to play like games from any region really on them. So I theoretically could if I could, read the language, or I guess just button mash and hope for the best.
I think I pressed the right option. Oh no, the NPC hates me, so I pressed the wrong one. Well, shit.
Oh, I died. I think I messed up somewhere.
For me, it's also, I guess, convenience wise. Like one game that comes to mind, Xenoblade Chronicles. Like they re-released it for the Switch, the definitive edition, and I could buy that for like $80, whereas the original Wii version goes for like almost $200. So I'm like, I will just buy the newer version for cheaper.
I mean, for me, it was I could find the definitive edition locally. So that's how I ended up with that one. But the Wii version I've seen on sale for like 30, 40, I guess dollars roughly converted. But I think the PAL version is a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I do want the Wii version because I kind of like having the original, version of it. And also, I know playing like a CRT.
The PAL
It's
version of
dumb, but
games
I
is
think it's a kind of
insane.
cool experience.
I've had one bad experience with the PAL version of a game.
There's been plenty, don't worry.
Well, it was Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I had it as a physical game, but I ordered it off Amazon, so I ended up with the PAL version. So I went to buy the DLC for the game, and the DLC I bought only was for the American version of the game. So it wouldn't let me buy the DLC for the version of the game I owned. So I had to re-buy Black Ops 4 in American. I bought it digitally, so I could use my DLC that I bought.
I I have one experience like that, but that was with an NTSC game.
Ah,
But the DLC was free, so I guess I wasn't too annoyed at it.
yeah.
But that's kind of like when digital kind of sucks at times. I like DLC stuff with region locking.
Yeah.
But I do like how, like, that was a PS Vita and also like PS3. It just takes any game. It doesn't care where it comes from.
Yep. I think
Which, like, even
PS4
if
is
you
the
have
same way,
DLC
but
problems, then I still just like how, oh, I can just go on holiday somewhere else in the world, buy a game, and know it's gonna work on my system.
yep.
But I just kind of gone down the rabbit hole now of making every system region free.
Yeah,
Which I think, like, for most, it's relatively simple. It's just the N64, which is a bit of a pain.
is the N64 not? Is that region locked?
Oh, heavily.
Oh right,
Well,
because
not
the
with
cartridge
NTSC
differences.
and U and NTSC-J. Those, they're just plastic
Right.
tabs blocking it.
It's the American and the
But
Japanese versions are not, but the PAL versions are.
yeah, well, the thing with the PAL version is they run at 50 hertz, right?
Yep.
So they're like 17.5% slower. Like the NES, it didn't really care. You just have to disable the, what is it, the 10-pin chip, whatever it was called. I don't remember. It still ran way too slow,
You know,
but you can do it.
I no
But
longer.
the SNES, you can also mod, unless it's the one chip. I think there's a bit of complication, but the other ones, I think you can lift one or two pins and add a switch. Which just toggles between NTC mode, PAL mode, and also another switch for 50 and 60 hertz, and that works.
Ah,
But the N64, you need I think it's a 10-pin switch,
jeez.
and you need an entire, like, you essentially need to take a dead PAL system and cram it into an NTSC system.
Perfect.
So it's just, at that point, if you have to buy two systems, what can't you just have two systems? But I think with something like an EverDrive, you can jump around that, but then, you can't use actual cartridges.
Well, the EverDrive it takes an SD card, so.
Yeah, so you have to get the ROMs then,
See,
but
I
then
would-
you can use the PAL ROM. But at that case, wouldn't you just get the NTC ROM because it's gonna run faster?
Yeah. Also, the
Old PAL kind
EverDrive's
of
like
sucked.
$400 too.
I think they were that expensive, but I knew they are very expensive, like
Out-
at least 200 to 300.
out
And also
here
with the
they're
war,
400.
it's not helping because the Crixus lives in the Ukraine.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, there's been a bit of uncertainty, but it does seem to be stable. I think he ran the store from a school in Spain.
Oh, whatever works.
Yeah, I'm just happy it was able to continue because there was a bit uncertainty if it just had to shut down
Yeah.
due to the war. But if he's able to survive this, I'm really happy because EverDrives are kind of important for preservation.
Yep.
So it's definitely an interesting.
I can't mod most of my older systems because I don't own them anymore. I have a Retron 5 now, which is
And that mostly works.
an NES, SNES, Genesis.
I think you dropped out.
Did
It's
I?
GBA, GBC, GB, Famicom, SNES, SNES, no, SNES, NES, and Genesis.
Yep.
You can't do
those.
Mega or what? Not Mega Drive.
I don't know if you have the
Master
stream
System
on.
games because the power base adapter doesn't work because the Retron 5 can't play games through an adapter.
Actually, the Retron 5 has an official 3-in-1 adapter for Game Gear, Master System, and the Sega card.
Didn't know that had come out.
Yeah.
It's
It is
been a while
something you have
since
to
I
buy
looked at it.
separately, but yeah, you plug it into the Genesis port and you can play Game Gear, Master System, and Sega card games through an adapter thing. Kind of
Yeah,
like
that's not too bad.
Game Shark for N64, which is something I want to get as well, but they're also kind of expensive. Game Shark's like built
I
in
have
cheese,
most
so.
of my consoles that I want now. I guess like my NES is not in good shape because I bought it as not working. And same with PS1, that's still a melted mess.
Well, for PS1, all PS3s play PS1 games
And PS2.
and PS2. I found that
But I
out.
just use my PS2 personally.
I
But I also with like PS1 games sometimes have like resolution switching.
yeah.
So with an HDTV, it completely messes it up. And you have to wait several seconds for it to switch mode. So PS3 is technically better,
Yep, it
just
is.
because you don't need that mess.
It is. But
Yeah. So my PS1 is not in good shape. NES not in good shape. My SNES I need to mod. It's like perfect except that it's yellowed.
oh,
And it's PAL. And N64 is fine, but it's a PAL system, so I want to replace that one. And then the only systems I'm really missing is... Yeah, it really is just Sega consoles. I don't have any.
yeah, I only own the Genesis, Game Gear, and stuff like that because of the Retron. I don't own any actual Sega consoles. I never really grew up with Sega, so I don't really have like a huge connection to them. I have like the Sega Genesis collection for PS3, but that's about it.
Also, I just don't find that many Sega games here. They're kind of hard to find.
And also,
But there are some consoles I'm like, I would like duplicates of, like N64. I want an NTSC system, but also I would like a PS TV, like Vita.
oh yeah,
And I have a spare PSP with a broken screen. I want to make into a consolizer,
okay,
but it's not very well documented, so it's gonna be a bit of a pain.
yeah.
Hopefully one day.
You know, I just need the PS5 and Series X, and I own every Microsoft.
Oh yeah,
Nintendo
right. I
console.
forgot about those. The new consoles exist. What do you mean they've been out for 2 years?
Yeah, I know. They've been out for 2 years, but my local GameStop has them in stock. So probably for my birthday, I'm gonna buy.
There's
myself
not a
one.
single game store around me, so
Probably for my birthday, I'm gonna buy a PS5.
I worked overtime like first day, so I'm like, I really want to, buy myself a game or something that I really want. I have no idea what that should be.
I worked 260 hours last month, so
I don't know what's normal, but that sounds like a lot.
it's not normal.
Like the normal, like
Maybe don't support GameStop until they
120-ish,
stop their
maybe a
NFT
bit more.
bullshit. GameStop's NFT bullshit is American only, not Canadian. Boom!
And we now have GameStop, so
Canadian GameStop and American GameStop are two completely different entities, and it's only the American ones doing stupid shit. Canada is not doing any of that.
and here they don't exist anymore. So
No. See, our GameStop used to be called EB Games, and they were like that for like ever. Even though GameStop bought them in like 2011, they were always called EB Games until recently. GameStop is a game store. Just basically a big video game store where you buy your modern games.
yeah, I mean, there's like there's like 2 electronic store chains I can go to, and that's it.
Yeah, no, I have...
It's very hit and miss in what kind of games they have, but their Switch selection seems to be okay for the big titles, and that's about it.
Yeah, no, up here we have GameStop.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of good stuff, but there was a third one which usually has like 3 Switch games, and that's it. They sold the GameCube and Smash controller.
Nice.
So I finally got to pick one of those up. It seems so odd. They had 3 games and a bunch of GameCube controllers.
Well, speaking on how this podcast has been going, where we talked about cars, gaming, let's segue into combining them two. Need for Speed Unbound's coming out December 2nd for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X.
I have one Need for Speed game, so I'm not really sure if I'm like, am I looking forward to this, or do you just not care?
I'm looking forward to it, but then again, I enjoy Need for Speed, so there's that.
I don't remember even what Need for Speed I have. I just think I have one. I'm just not sure about it.
Also,
No, I played one at least.
Also, somehow, despite all of the backlash and BS that happened with the first one, CD Projekt Red has confirmed they are working on a new Cyberpunk game. Codename titled Cyberpunk Origin.
Is this gonna be a prequel then?
I think it's a sequel. to Cyberpunk 2077. From what I heard.
I feel like Origin, you're kind of looking at something back than a sequel.
Yeah, that's just
And I
what
think
that's
that
not
would
what they're
kind of
calling
really
the game.
make sense.
That's what it's just called. It's called Project Origin. That's not what the official game's going to be called. But I believe it is going to be a sequel. I'm actually going to look this up. To Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, it's getting a full sequel. As announced alongside the upcoming expansion.
Let's hope they don't mess it up quite as bad.
See, I think this is where CD Projekt Red can kind of breathe a little bit of fresh air. Because of how bad 2077 was, people aren't going to get their hopes up as much for this one, so they can relax and work on it without people shoving it down their throats that you need to release this game. We need to see it. We need you to release it. Stop delaying it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be interesting. I also see we're talking about maybe a Witcher game as well.
Yeah, I believe. Let's see if I can find. I think it was on Twitter I saw it.
I not really play many of the Witcher games. I played a little bit of the third one. That game is what made me realize, you know what, a GTX 660, it's time for an upgrade.
Yes.
I don't know. I think they can be fun games. You know, I do like my open world games, but
CD Projekt Red announced...
I don't really have too many opinions on it.
CD Projekt Red is on an announcement spree at the moment, as well as Cyberpunk 2077 sequel plans to include multiplayer in upcoming releases. We finally heard more about the future of the Witcher series. They are going to be releasing 3 new games in 6 years.
Okay, this does not sound very promising.
To Canada to find out they have to make an account. What you were saying, Cobra and chat about DK Oldies, they do ship to Canada, and I have used them once. I also use a company called Lukey Games as well. So I actually have 2 retro gaming places that I buy games off of. And they're both based in the States. Lukey Games is having a bit of trouble right now because they live in Florida, so they're under problems. But
I mean, when it comes to like, I think I know of like a Swedish retro gaming like website thing, but they're so expensive. I get why, but pretty much what I just do, I have like a local, I guess, Craigslist thing here.
yeah.
And I just keep an eye every once in a while, see what people post, and then just take whatever's in like my local area. And that's pretty much how I find out most of my games these days, and I don't bother ordering too much online.
That's fair.
But I mean, yeah, also there's one store that sometimes sells a couple games. It's generally not been that many, but when you do find, they're dirt cheap.
It just sounds like, as a gamer, take this as like, here's a ICGCast top tip here. If you're a video gamer, don't move to Norway.
No, really do not do that.
They
That's a
have
horrible
no
idea.
selection when it comes to video games.
Really, we do not. I think there's maybe one place in in the capital.
In Oslo, which is like 6
but
hours
they
from
have
you.
import games only. So Japanese games only. So maybe not.
I guess if you're like a physical collector, you don't really go to Norway. Not a good spot to go.
I think I would even if I was a digital one.
12's just like, I hate it here. Get me out.
It's not all bad, but yeah, gaming is a weak point.
Just save up enough money and move to the English Norway. Come to Canada. You already know what our weather's like.
I mean, it's the same, but colder.
Yeah. What's average cold temperature for you?
I mean, honestly, it's not unusual to get a bit below freezing. But, I mean, I think like 2020 was a bit of an odd year because it actually managed to reach down to like negative 18°C. But it's not something I usually experience. The best part about being that cold, it didn't snow one single day.
Oh yeah,
It was white everywhere because everything had frozen. But there was no snow.
Yeah,
Also,
okay,
it's a
maybe
very
I'm wrong.
moist area, so it's even feels very cold.
At least where I live in Canada, it gets an average -30 to -40 C in winter.
Yeah, I kind of expected that to be worse. But is it
Which
very
is
humid?
not really.
I guess that
But you
helps.
see, that's the perfect weather to stay inside and play video games.
Yeah, I mean, I do quite like the cold area. I just like with here because of how moist it is, it feels often a lot colder than it actually is.
Fair.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It's usually fine, but we do get a lot of rain, so I guess that's a good point.
That is, yep. On,
So, I mean, most of it last week, it was just pouring constantly.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
I'm looking at the dock, and underneath 12's news, you have Pixel FX Infinity Switch. What the shit is this? Is this like a Nintendo Switch or?
Let me explain.
Oh, good.
Pixel FX is a group of, I think, 3 or 4 modders. They currently have one product, which is an N64 digital kit. So you can get like HDMI out of the N64. But there's features update over Wi-Fi, so you can update the thing with Wi-Fi. I think also control the settings. And you can also have RGB out, which is kind of nice if you want to use CRT. But they have been working on this upscaler. There's been like the open source scan converter, which I own for a long while, which has been, the main one you usually go to. Before that was the FrameMeister that got discontinued. And now there's the RetroThink 5X, which is like the main scaler for retro consoles you use now. So these people are working on making their own scaler. And with this, they also figure out, you know what every collector has an issue with? Keeping every single console hooked up. Because a lot of Switches are really bad.
The one I have isn't. It works. I actually have like 3 HDMI switches all plugged into each other because I have so many consoles.
Well, not HDMI switches, but, for analog video.
Oh.
So, some have composites, some have or YPBPR, and some are uses like RGB for SCART. So a solution before was getting an external cross point, which was just, I have one with 12 inputs and 8 outputs. But the issue is every single one is BNC.
Okay.
So you need adapters for every input and every output. But the good thing is you can basically shove whatever you want in it. So these people are like, okay, we like this, but we want more options. So they're working on making a switch that you can basically design yourself. So you can say, okay, I want 3 SCART inputs, I want 2 component YPBR, I want composite, I want S-video, I want HDMI. And then you can have, choose how many outputs you want, and you can basically put together the perfect switch for your setup. So, I think one of the developers not last week, I think 2 weeks ago, said they had some renders and they were waiting for the last prototypes to finish. So it should be around the corner soon. So it's definitely something I'm looking forward to.
I will pretend I know exactly what the heck you just talked about.
I am very into video signals, can you tell?
Well, I mean, you live in a place that gets crappy video signals for games, so I can see why you would want to try your best to increase it.
I mean, that's mainly due to the 50 hertz PAL refresh rate and them just being lazy and not converting it properly. I mean, with more modern stuff, it's decent, but you still, like, NES is very blurry if you use composite, so if you can make, RGB, it's like, kind of like an emulator where it's very pixely.
Yeah.
So it helps, and also just with, like, hooking up to a modern TV. Not everyone can have a CRT anymore, and they're kind of dying, so being able to upscale to, your flat screen and actually looking good and feeling decent to play, it's kind of important.
Yeah.
Also, if you want to capture it also gets important. So I spend a decent amount of time researching it. I feel like I'm relatively up to date.
You spend a lot of time researching how to capture old games for someone who doesn't make content anymore.
You calling me dead?
Well, didn't you? Are you going back to making content eventually?
I have started a script,
Script.
and I capture a little bit of footage for that.
Oh boy.
I am I'm procrastinating now. Basically, I have an idea for something I want to do, but then I'm like, oh, I really want to do this, but also with how I want to be in general on like the platform, it doesn't really fit. So I had to come with a bit of a different solution, and I realized now that it's a bit of work, but I also have a lot of good ideas for it. So I'm not gonna say too much about it, but I do have some ideas about coming back. But I don't think I will be streaming anytime soon.
That's fair.
Just I think I want to do more pre-recorded stuff like YouTube, and I'm also planning on uploading both to YouTube and a platform called PeerTube to spread out a bit. But yeah, I kind of stopped caring for streaming because I find it difficult to keep talking about a game I'm playing. I'm just like, I don't really care about watching this myself. And at that point, I'm like, I don't like playing it like this. I don't like watching it like this. Why am I doing this?
That's fair.
I just feel like I just kind of like, okay, I want to play a game now, and I'm fine with like sitting and just recording it, but I don't want to talk. I just want to sit by myself, be quiet, and do whatever I do when I'm playing games. And then I'm just trying to see what can I do with that footage I'm capturing.
12 is just antisocial.
Could you tell? What do you mean I haven't been on Discord in months?
Yep.
To be fair, I have been socially active at on other platforms like XMPP and Matrix and Pleroma.
All these other platforms that nobody knows outside of everyone outside the US knows, but no one else knows about it.
I mean, I gotten to know quite a lot of good people for it, but oh god, I forgot. I was talking something about Discord, and yeah, I also feel like I get enough like social activity for work. When I get home, I'm usually like, I don't want to talk to people anymore. Can I just go be myself?
Meanwhile, I'm just like, I get home from work, I'm like, can I just go to bed?
I feel like it's a bit early to go to bed. I don't know when you get home from work, but usually it's around dinner, and I'm like, hey, yeah, I can just go eat and sit and do what things. But that's around I should be working on a video project, but I don't.
See, but at least you don't beat yourself up over it like I do. Like I'll like relax or whatever and be like, I could have used this time to stream or record, but instead here I am just being by myself playing games. This is dumb and stupid.
I'm like, yes, I'm finally playing a game. And well, like, I don't care if I'm not doing anything. I'm just like, I have all these games. Why am I not playing them?
See, I'm just I've been losing a lot of interest in like playing games lately, but there's been a few of them that have come out or that I've seen that I'm actually getting excited for. One of them, which comes out next month, is Harvestella. Like, I'm actually super excited for that game.
I probably will pick that up. It seems interesting.
I played the demo for it on stream. It was great.
I did not bother trying it, but I want to get it.
It is awesome because your progress transfers over.
I do notice that I do have lost a lot of motivation to actually play games. So I guess I'm kind of looking at different types of content to do. I just kind of been thinking, okay, what kind of videos do I actually watch when I'm watching YouTube? What do I enjoy seeing? And I'm just thinking, okay, what can I do with
12's going to become an ASMR
my limitations? Channel now. Are you saying I'm listening to ASMR?
I don't know.
Oh, to be fair, I do listen a lot in bed.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll throw myself under the bus. I listen to a bit of it too. I come home, I play Farming
I'm not listening to ASMR, but I'm listening to videos. That tends to be kind of quiet.
Yeah. I just have the problem where I'm like, okay, I gotta play like these. Voices. I have all these games that I should play so I can actually finish and work on my backlog, but then I just play the same game every day over and over again. And it's a game based on my real life job, so that everybody just thinks I'm a workaholic because I come home from work to play a virtual version of my work.
I'm usually just like, I don't know what to play because look at normal games like, oh, I have so many love to play, but I'm like, no, not feeling it. No, not feeling it. I have to start a new RPG, get into mechanics and blah 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 blah.
See, that's my
So what I have actually been able to play a little bit is I started playing. Oh shit, my cat's getting up. Um, I've started playing like Pokemon again
Oh, yeah.
because like it's easy for me to get into because I'm very familiar with it now. So I started like using the universal Pokemon randomizer to increase the level cap and like the level of the trainers to make it a bit harder.
Okay.
And that's just kind of like how I do it, and just I can play the same game again, but give myself a bit more of a challenge. And as well, just I want to replay those games, or some of them I haven't even finished. So I mean, I guess that's not wrong, but I always feel like the need to finish a game. I'm like, if I'm gonna play a game, I like 100%ing it, but also not feeling that like, oh, I have to finish. It's okay to just stop and just restart and play it over again.
Yeah.
But I mean, games I actually do finish are usually just Lego games.
See, there's like, I have a lot of RPG games. At night I have my DS by my bed, so I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Y at night because it's the only gen I have. Pokemon X and Y and Pokemon Sun and Moon are the only two gens I'd never played, so I'm playing through them now. But whenever I play it, I just think to myself, what am I doing? I have a Pokemon Let's Play I should be recording. So I don't want to get burnt out on Pokemon, so I don't make that Let's Play. Because I'm working on this Let's Play for like 2 years.
I've
But,
been so wanting to play Light Platinum,
well,
but the thing is, it keeps crashing for me.
oh, it's. I can send you a link to where you can buy a physical copy.
Oh yeah, I know you can get those, and also I've seen like for some other ROM hacks like Ash Gray.
Yeah.
It seems fun to do, but yeah, it's just been unstable. But yeah, I've been meaning to replay Pokemon Y because I only played it once, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon I never finished. As I was like Black and White, I really enjoy. I really want to replay. Platinum and Miles, I'm like I want to replay Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I really want to replay Emerald. I want to replay. It's just kind of like I just want to replay all of them except for I guess the newest one. I still
Yeah.
need to finish both Legend Arceus and Sword and Shield, but it just there are things I do like about this game. But yeah, I do notice that it's not the same.
Yeah.
It does. They kind of messed some things up, but I also just don't completely agree with all the hate
I
this
haven't
game's gotten. But
played that game, but
I
something.
mean, really, if you play Pokemon Y and Pokemon Sun and Moon, you see the downhill slope. Just
Yeah.
imagine that just extending a bit further down. There you go.
I've a ROM hack I played that I beat was actually Pokemon Volt White 2, which added like 700 Pokemon from gens 1 to 6 in it.
I do have that ROM. I have not played it.
Oh, it's actually pretty good. No,
Wait, hold on. Walt White or Walt White 2?
Volt White
I
2.
think I have Walt White 2.
I have Volt White 2 and
I
Blaze
really want to
Black
play
2.
the first one because Black 2 and White 2, I have both.
Yeah.
So I played Black 2 and then White 2 I keep resetting and played a lot of. But Black and White I only have Black. So never. So I played it like 2 or 3, about 3 times now.
What?
And I'm like, I don't want to delete my save, so I want to restart. And I have the ROM and I slapped it on my DS, but it doesn't want to boot. I have gotten it to work in an emulator, so I'm probably gonna replay that soon.
Oh, okay.
I might try World Fight. It seems like it can be a fun bit of extra challenge.
Yeah.
I mean,
You said that
I've
the
been
Pokemon Light Platinum ROM kept crashing for you.
yeah,
Are you trying to play the DS one or the Game Boy Advance one?
DBA.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, the DS one is actually the person was working on it and then released it but didn't finish it, so you actually cannot progress past the first gym. It will crash
Oh.
on you every time for the DS version.
I
He just kinda
can't even
gave up
get to
on
the
it.
first gym. It crashes after after the first trainer.
Oh geez, I don't know what's going on then, because this works perfectly fine for me. But
Yeah, I mean, first I had issues with the save file was too small. I need to change the setting in the emulator, but I don't know. But yeah, I was talking about some other Pokemon games with
Volt White 2 and Blade.
Yeah, I was gonna touch on like what I've mostly been falling asleep to lately is like Pokemon challenges. Like I don't really care too much for them, but generally because they speak quite softly and stuff, that works really well. Also, it made me like I'm not too interested in doing a Nuzlocke necessarily. I still do like a lot of like the challenges they set, like monologues and wedlocks and on and on and on. There are plenty of them.
What?
I have kind of like taken some aspects of those and just trying to challenge myself a bit more without making a full Nuzlocke because I mean I'm not uploading. I'm just trying to have fun.
Fair.
But I think it's quite interesting what the community has done.
What is a weird game you're playing through by yourself right now? Like right now I'm playing through Mario Party 3's story mode. I'm playing through the story mode of all the Mario parties by myself.
I don't think I can top that.
I don't know why. It's just because
I
like I
don't
want to play
know.
Mario Party, but I don't want to I don't want to say have friends over it because I know a lot of my buddies don't enjoy Mario Party, so I'm just playing it by myself.
I mean, like I don't think I have anything like particular, but I can think of like I really want to play like Black Desert Online by myself.
See, I don't find playing like MMOs by yourself like all that weird though. Like,
Yeah, but like I really want to do that, but 'cause I really like the game. I just hate the people. So, but it's just too bad. Like, I don't remember I don't remember who's behind that game, but they keep shutting down people who try to make an emulator for the server.
oh,
They just, I mean, private servers exist, which add extra content, which is kind of cool, but you have to pay for that, and you're not really alone. I want to host it myself. Not really an option, but I know there exists one for World of Warcraft, which I'm kind of tempted to try. I don't have any interest in World of Warcraft, but I kind of want to try it.
12's gonna start her
Yes,
own
I mean, I
gaming
have an
studio just
interest.
called Antisocial Gamers.
Really, off topic, anti-social gamers.
She's
Yes, I mean, we don't know how to hold conversations.
12 is gonna make a game studio called Antisocial Gamers, and it's gonna be like, we made a multiplayer first-person shooter game where you only play with bots. We played a massive multiplayer online game where you play by yourself. We don't host online servers here. It's all private.
I mean, I do still like want to host my own server where I can have like a friend or two join, but that's it. I don't want more than three people max.
If you don't like people but enjoy open world MMO style games, can I recommend a game coming out next year called Hogwarts Legacy, which apparently does not have any online to it. People have found out.
I guess interesting. I don't know what to say about that.
Also, it has been confirmed by Warner Brothers about Hogwarts Legacy. J.K. Rowling has no inspiration with the game at all. The only part J.K. Rowling is in is the fact that she invented Hogwarts. That is it. Everything else has nothing to do with her. Because that was a big thing. Warner Brothers came out and said that because a lot of people had concerns about it. But they said she has no involvement in the game at all.
My only experience with the Harry Potter franchise is the Lego games.
That was me too until I recently got Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire for PS2 and I've been playing through that. And also my girlfriend is a massive Harry Potter fan, so I've been...
Yeah, like, I mean, I never had interest in reading books because books in general just make, like, the ads are real, like, crisis in my brain. I don't know. Reading is terrifying.
So don't recommend
Lord of the Rings.
visual novels. Finally, something the Harry Potter fandom
Actually,
that's not tainted by
I have
Rowling
played
bullshit.
one visual novel. I
Can't-
played, or not fully, but I played some Tsukihime and I really like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do read manga still
So-
because there's a lot of images. It's not just a wall of text, which a book is. You read, text just moves crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a full-on anxiety attack.
So- I do want to say one thing. What's going on in chat? Finally, something in the HP fandom that's not tainted by Rowling bullshit. Hogwarts Legacy is not technically connected to the Harry Potter franchise at all. Because it takes place 100 years before the events of all the Harry Potter stuff. So it's literally just you are a wizard during the time Hogwarts first begins. So Hogwarts in Hogwarts Legacy has only existed for like 3 years, and you're one of the newer students to Hogwarts. Because they had a whole like FAQ about this or questions, and someone asked, "Can you meet any of the Harry Potter characters?" And they said there's no involvement with Harry Potter other than the fact it's Hogwarts. That's it. None of the Harry Potter characters exist or anything in this world because it takes place 100 years before that.
When you first said HP, I was like, do you mean like HP laptops?
Hit points? Health points?
What are you talking about with these health points? Are you dying?
The health fandom, nurses, doctors.
I'm very familiar with those. They were feeding me cake like heck crazy on first day.
We're running low on patience. Eat all this and have a heart attack.
Yeah, no, I was like at work. I was about an hour away from.
I forgot.
What?
Don't you work in a hospital?
Not exactly, but I work with this stuff. I was at this place, or I guess I was at this hospital, which is about an hour away from our office, a little bit more. It's just okay. Don't care how much overtime. I'm just gonna finish my work. It's about like 7 in the evening. So I've been working at that point at like 12 hours. I'm very tired, and they just like, eat cake. Go over to that other department. Eat cake. And they forced me to take cake with me home. It's still in my fridge.
We're low on patience. We need work. You're gonna go eat some cake. You're gonna have a heart attack. You're gonna come back. So yes, a little PS.
No, they're just like, there's plenty of cake. Come on, just eat it. They kept pushing me every single time I walked past it. They're like, eat cake.
To slightly roast my co-host here, they work with hospital equipment. So if you are in Norway and you need to go to the hospital, do yourself a favor, go to the next country over, and then go seek medical attention.
I am not. Don't ruin everything I touch.
Close.
Only most of it. I have seen some funky 12 stuff.
Wanted,
but...
12 had a hit list and wanted to get away with murders.
If you go to the hospital
stuff.
If you go to the hospital here, then I have not touched anything. There's a separate group that takes care of that.
12 just works in quality
I
control.
go to every other place, so don't touch anything else. Only
don't go to doctor's offices or clinics. Just stay in the hospital.
No. I've been at the doctor's office. Last time I was there, things broke. Okay, do not touch. Also, don't go to any schools. I've been there.
Don't go to any schools in general.
Stores. I've been there.
Don't just.
Essentially, don't come near and where like within. I don't know. Within 3 towns, do not go anywhere.
You work in hospital already, and your country wants you to go to the next country over to seek medical care. The fuck is Norway on? No, Norway doesn't want you to go to the other country. I just made a joke because 12 breaks everything she touches. Also, does Norway have free healthcare?
Yeah.
Norway 1, America 0.
I mean,
I think that
I mean, there's a limitation. If you go to like private stuff, you only get like a discount, but.
The only thing medical
wise,
like
doctor's office is usually privately owned, so you have to pay a small bill, but most of it is still covered by the state. So
the only thing like that you have to pay for medical wise, at least up here, is dentists.
Yeah, dentist here as well. Well, if you're under 16, it's free.
Oh,
between 16 and 18 between 20, you have to pay 25%. 25%, and then the next 2 years, I think it's 50 or 75%, and then it's 100.
It's kind of funny up here because dentists are like, we want to be considered doctors as well. So our government's like, all right, you can be considered doctors, but you have to be part of our universal healthcare system. And they went, no, we don't want to be doctors. Actually, we're okay.
Yeah, I never worked with like dentist equipment. That's out of our things.
And I don't think you want to.
Probably for the better.
I don't think you want to talk about what you work on a gaming podcast.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't go into detail about the stuff I touched and what I've done to him.
That just sounds. That does not sound good at all.
I mean, I've seen like I think it was ultrasound equipment that ran Windows XP.
Ah.
So I mean, we can make this gaming related. Play, I don't know, Doom on your thingy. Why are you talking?
You can play Doom on your
docs.
You, huh? Oh, I put talk. I'm gonna do that for next time, so I can actually go over it near the end. Because I can't remember.
I was like,
just give you a fresh reminder.
Are you telling me a secret message? Am I
No.
not allowed to say talk anymore?
No.
Oh god, are we
Shit.
not allowed to talk about cars next?
No, talking points as in like what we all talked about on the podcast to give a refresher. Something a lot of
you're gonna do,
podcasts
like,
do at the end, because we're probably gonna wrap up soon. But yeah, a lot of things they do is they go over
Yeah,
talking
maybe
points.
I need to drink heavily now.
12's gonna go drink heavily, break some more doctor equipment. Speaking of breaking doctor's equipment, I know what my next YouTube video is gonna be. I recently bought Surgeon Simulator VR for the PSVR, so I'm gonna try my hand at being a virtual surgeon.
Well, there's a bit higher risk at that. Well, actually, no, maybe not.
I'd be the
I
kind
was
of
like,
person.
I was higher risk being a surgeon when it comes to like patient thing. Then I realized, oh, you're doing this virtually. I'm doing this real life, huh?
You're a real life surgeon. You're only freaking 22. How are you a real life surgeon?
No, I'm not a surgeon. Shut up. I just touch the equipment.
They're just so behind. Like, they need more doctors. They're like, you, how old are you? I'm 22. Perfect. Good enough for your surgeon.
I'm not even 22.
All right, you're 21, 20, something like that. I can't remember her age.
I'm not even 20.
Holy shit, you're young.
I will be 20 very soon.
But very soon, she means tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Do you actually know your own birthday at this point? Because for the 3 years I've known you, you've never known your own birthday.
I mean, it is true that I have forgotten my age. That is true.
Yep, that's the co-host, everybody.
You don't need to mention it.
And now it's just silent. Oh.
That's a bit of an awkward one. Yeah, let's just keep this inside joke between us.
Between us and everybody who watches this.
Well, I mean, they don't know what I sent you, so...
That's fair. You think Twitch crashed on you? Oh no.
I only noticed one hiccup while streaming. So...
Yeah, I noticed one too. There was one slight one. That was like a while
that's
ago,
not too bad.
No. All right. Well, since we don't have...
Do we wrap up? Do I get to drink?
Almost there.
I swear I'm not drunk. This is only like 4%.
I swear to drunk I'm not God. Only 4%? What the shit? That's like water here. The only alcohol I have here is 5%.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't. This is the most alcohol I drink in one sitting.
That is fair. It's probably also the most alcohol you'll drink all year.
Very likely. I mean, usually around New Year I might have a sip, but that's about it.
Yeah. Anyways, usually
I'm not gonna bring alcohol next time. I'm gonna bring more water though, because that's an issue.
Oh, see, I've had an energy drink and 2 Gatorades, so I haven't been drinking water either.
Lubricate your throat better. You need the good stuff, the crystal liquid.
I'm totally titling the first episode of our podcast "Lubricate Your Throat Better," so that everyone's like, "What the frick is this? You've had my curiosity, now you have my attention."
Okay. Okay. Do whatever you want. I don't have anything to do with the uploading of this.
No, you don't.
I'm just here to scream.
You're just here to cause chaos. Oh wow, I reached 100
I'm just a support pillow.
Cobra, the quote command still works. Can you please put it in the quotes? Anyways, at this point near the end, this would usually be where we talk about what we are doing in terms of content for the next 2 weeks. 12 has already posted. They're doing nothing. Actually, possibly moving to recording videos.
I have started. It's just not there. Okay, it's very far from finished. It's not going to be done in 2 weeks. I can guarantee you.
They're fair.
Unless that's a challenge. I'm going to fail.
As for me, hopefully Monday I will be back to Zelda. Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm going to do YouTube stuff, so that could be Surgeon Simulator and maybe Pokemon. Also on Thursdays, Thursday, Friday, and whenever I can in the next few weeks, I'm going to be streaming Forza Horizon 5 because we didn't talk about it, but they have their Forza 10-year anniversary thing going on. So for each in-game week, which I believe is a week long or like something like that, you can unlock certain unlockables and content that are based on the older Forza games. So I'm going to be basically doing that until I complete it all with a friend, of course, maybe 12 if they join. But my other friend Keegan.
Are you telling me I need to go buy a game now?
No, you don't have to if you don't want to. That's all up to you.
We'll see. Maybe.
But if we do these, the schedule I have, which was every 2 weeks, the next podcast episode should be October 22nd.
I'm going to need to write that down in my calendar.
I will write it on here. I'll even write it on the thing for you. I'll write it on the doc.
I'm not sure this is going to help. I'm going to note myself.
I'll write it right at the top so you can see it. It's the first thing when you open it up.
It's not clear enough. There we go. Yeah, wait. There we go.
You guys can't see this, but I've just increased the next podcast date to font 62.
It takes up half the page.
Next time, we should also have a topic we're going to talk about. I think, based on the ones you've highlighted, we should talk about games we thought were shit versus games we actually liked.
I have a particular game in mind.
I'll have to think about it. I have like maybe one, but we'll try to come up with like between 3 to 5 each.
There's actually a game I actually want to play just because of that.
Just because you think it's shit, so you want to play it?
Yeah.
Fair.
Because I heard people saying, "Oh, it's terrible." I'm like, no, I kind of want to play it because I know it's like when I'm watching like anime stuff, it's usually like if it's badly rated, the more I want to watch it.
That is honestly fair.
It's just I don't know. I kind of like the terrible stuff.
I mean, fair.
I think it's kind of fun.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for a bit, I guess.
Yep. So will I. But
I really need to pee. Can you end this?
Yeah. All right, everyone. We will see you all on October 22nd, 2022, for the next episode of the IGCCast, which 12 wasn't here when I said it.
Theoretically.
12 wasn't here when I said it. It stands for Ice Cold Gamers. But we will see you all then. Have yourselves a fantastic day.